Let me know when the screen comes up. Okay, is the screen up for everybody? Okay, great. So without wasting any further time, let's go straight into this. So how many of you guys actually know what is true support and resistance? Okay, let me put up a line on the screen and you tell me if that's true support and resistance, and I will gauge your knowledge accordingly. All right, is that true support equals resistance right there? Okay, no, yes, no. Okay, so we got, and those who are not typing, you guys can clearly see that there's a 50-50 in here, right? Now, I wanna inform you guys one simple thing. Okay, one simple thing. Notice something as small and as simple as support equals resistance, and yet all kinds of answers. No one knows what's going on. All sorts of answers all around the internet, right? A simple support equals resistance, but yet everyone's trying to find out the next best strategy, the most complicated stuff to do, but yet the simplest thing is unknown. Does everyone agree? So, the very basics need to be very, very strictly studied, because the basics is where it all is. That's where all the money is actually. Okay, so let's get into it without further ado. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna first go into the whiteboard, and you're gonna tell me when you guys can see the whiteboard. Give me a second. Let me open it up. Here we go. We got the whiteboard. I'm gonna draw a circle on my screen, and you tell me when you see the circle. Okay. The mouse. Okay, you guys, okay. All right, so let's get started here. All right. Let's say this is your car, right? You're driving. Okay? You're driving fine. You're driving just fine, correct? Now, while you're driving, you slow down a bit and then you continue driving. Now, the moment where you slow down a bit and you continue driving, you think later on that day you're going to remember that moment when you slowed down from 90 kilometers per hour to 80 kilometers per hour? No. No one cares. No one cares. Just because in the charts a candle suddenly turns red does not give it the authority to claim support and resistance. Does that make sense? Now going forward, you're going forward and now suddenly the market is doing this. Imagine you're in that same car and you're not pulling back and your car is looking like it's halted, right? According to someone who's not in the car with you and he just sees this, for them it's going to look like, well, maybe there's a police officer there who stopped me. So he's just waiting there. All right? Spinning on, no, not spinning on ice. Right? So that becomes important. It's like, why is he waiting here? There's something there. There's something there. Now, as you're driving again, and you're going in the same direction, and then suddenly, it pulls back like that. It pulls back like that. Okay? Suddenly pulls back like that. Now, what do you think is happening now? Okay, roadblock, yeah, very good. Retracement, big boy, encountering resistance, indecision, not really indecision, but sellers slowing down, sellers kicking in, reverse direction, tired, no steroids, it's a wall. Okay, so think about it this way. In this whole process of going up, okay, just think for a moment. Someone is coming at full speed, right? Extreme power coming in. Who in their right minds is going to stand in front of that car and not just stop the car, but turn it around into the other direction? Would you say that thing is important? Yeah, Hercules, like that's important, right? That, my friends, is true support and resistance. Something that has value. Something that our big boy is afraid of. And if he's afraid of it, then you and I better be afraid of it. Does that make sense? Okay, so we're gonna put this onto our chart. Yeah, you guys are gonna work with me onto a chart, and you guys are gonna find out how this looks on a chart so we can draw our support and resistance properly. Because if we don't draw it properly, we're gonna have a different idea. How many of you guys already here know the rubber band man theory? Okay, we got some no's in here, some yeses. Okay, so the rubber band man theory comes from the Mastering Price Action course that I have, and we have some students in here. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you a brief explanation of the rubber band man theory. Okay, for some of you guys, this might be an aha moment, but here we go. Let's take a look at the market. So the markets start from here, let's say, just as an example. They're starting from here, and the markets are starting to move upwards. Okay. Now, the rubber band man theory is, imagine this is you right here. And you are running, and imagine a rubber band around your stomach. Okay? Which starts from here. You run as far as you can, you reach this highest point, and then you start to take some rest. Okay, how much rest have you taken? Think in terms of percentage. How much rest have you taken? 20%, 15%, 30%. Okay. Compared to your run, is your rest very intimidating? No, it's okay. And then you run again, and then you break your own previous record. Would you say, if you're looking at that runner, would you say that runner is still quite healthy? He's got some energy? Absolutely. And then he rests again. Now, how much is he resting this time? 50%, right? 50%. Now, what are you thinking in your mind about this guy who's running? You're like, what's up with this guy, man? He's not my, famous horse. He's not good at running anymore. He's running out of breath. He's getting tired. He saw a hot girl. Yeah, there you go. There you go. He saw a cute girl. He ran out of Red Bull, got distracted. So he's running again. He runs, and he barely breaches his own new record, and he pulls back to this much. How much rest is he doing this time? 80%. What is it telling you at this stage right now? He's very tired. Is it telling you to sell? Yes. The answer is no. It is telling you not to sell yet. This is where most people go wrong. This is the moment everyone jumps in thinking it's a sell. Premature selling. It just means he's extremely tired. He's barely making any higher highs, but he's not one to give up. So this is a moment when a trend turns into a channel. Okay? Markets don't just go up and then suddenly down, right? They need a transitional phase, right? They need to go up, slow down, and then make a turn, correct? They don't just simply go up and immediately go down. That's not how a trend works. Okay, so going forward, yeah, he needs some steroids, right? So going forward, does everyone understand this concept, right? Everyone get this whole concept of how the rubber band man works. Okay, this is something we'll go into very big detail into the course as well, into the Mastering Price Action course. We'll get into that later. Actually, let me ask you guys this. I don't know if I have the poll. What kind of students we have in here? 1 second here. Okay, let me see the votes here. How many of you guys are MPA students, Mastering Price Action students? How many guys are you guys of the 4-course bundle? How many of you guys are in the elite community? Okay, sorry, some of these numbers have been there since last time. I just want to see what kind of people are in here. Okay, none of the above. Okay, good. So that would be no votes. Okay. So got a good understanding there. Okay, let's take a look at this. So I'm giving you guys a little bit of a sneak peek of what's happens inside the MPA course. So the rubber band man theory, everyone understood so far? Can I get a yes or a no? Yes? Okay, moving forward. Now take a look at this. I'm going to go back to the charts. And in these charts, I want you to show me when you start to read this carefully. I'm going to take a screenshot here. Let me make it bigger and bigger and bigger. Here we go. There we go. Okay, I'm going to make a circle. Let me know when you guys can see it. Yeah? Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Now think about it this way. So, your rubber band man is running from here. He's running downwards. Okay? He runs downward. He reaches this point. Is the guy healthy? Yeah, he's healthy. He's healthy. And then he takes a rest a little bit. Is the guy healthy? Absolutely. He runs again. And then he takes a rest a bit. Is the guy healthy? Yes. He runs again. And then he rests again. Is he healthy? You notice every run that he's doing is significantly slowing down. But does it mean he's quitting? He runs again, barely making lower lows, and then he comes back again. He runs again, barely even making it to the recent low that he just did. And then he dies. He rests almost 100%. Does that make sense? Do you see how the transitional phrase from a downward market switches to an upward market? Okay? Now, in this entire example, the reason why I am bringing this up, that even if I give you this technique without the correct understanding of true support equals resistance, even this technique will be used wrong. How many of you guys think this technique is a breakthrough for you guys today? That you guys feel that, oh crap, how come I never looked at it like that? Yeah? Good. And I'm glad. So the problem is, even with this technique, if you read support and resistance wrong, you're going to have some problems. And then let me explain to you why. What if you read this as, here's the buyer, and he's resting. Okay, the runner. He's running up again, and he's resting. Would you say he's still healthy? Yeah. And then this little area that in reality is not true support equals resistance. Okay? He goes up to here, and then if we count that as a rest, according to this, what's going to go into your mind? That he barely could beat his recent high. Yeah, or pay close attention. Something's going on. What happens to the next run? When he runs again, and then he rests. How much of a rest would you count that as? 60, 80, 80%, right? Now, let me ask you this question. What if you didn't read the support resistance here and you said, oh, that's all one run? How much of a retracement is that now? Do you see how the numbers have actually changed completely? If you do not do your support and resistance correctly, you will fail even though you have the right strategy, technique, system, indicator, whatever you might have. Your golden goose. Does that make sense? So, let's do some practice, shall we? Let's do some practicing. Okay, that's what we're here for. Let's go into some practice. Okay, what charts do you guys like? What currency pairs do you guys normally like to trade? Okay, we got some pound USD, euro yen, euro USD. Okay, let's open up all of them. Let's go into pound USD first. Okay, I'm going to choose a random chart. Let's say monthly chart. Okay, does it matter what time frame I use? No, absolutely not. Support resistance is support resistance everywhere. Okay, let's open this up. Let me take a screenshot of this so everyone can see it. Okay. Oh, sorry. Looks like that didn't work out. One more time. Okay, here we go. I'm going to draw a circle. Let me know when you see the circle. Fantastic. Okay. So that circle lets me know how much of a lag there is between you and me. Okay, so when this seller is coming down, would you say this is true support equals resistance? Okay, good. There's still some confusion there, right? There's some yeses and there's some nos. Okay, so let's get into all the criteria of a support equals resistance. Criteria number one, what's a true support equals resistance? Something that can stop you, right? Stop and turn. Okay, stop and turn. That's a true support equals resistance. Now, how much of a turn makes the support resistance even more powerful? How much of a turn is even more powerful? The next thing, okay, the police officer, the moment where you stop there, you don't pull back, but you're just stop, 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 stop. There's a cop there. There's a policeman there. There's something about that area that even our big boys like, wait, give it a few minutes. Okay? For a good half a year, he did not move because he was like, I don't know what's going on here. Wouldn't you say that's important? That's a half a year. He didn't go anywhere. That's valuable data for us. Why is he not going anywhere? Who are we to say that's nothing? If the big boy is halting there, then we need to take notice of that. Okay, so let's take a look at this further. He goes down, he comes to this area here, boom. And then he pulls back. Is this true support equals resistance right here? Absolutely. Absolutely. Someone is standing in front of this massive train that's coming and saying, I'm going to stop you. And I'm not just going to stop you, I'm going to turn you around. That is very powerful. Okay? Let's take a look at it in a different area. I'm going to do this. I'm going to cover this up so you guys don't get distracted. I'm going to cover all of this up. And I want you to focus on this area. These are buyers coming in. Is this true support equals resistance, these things? Oh, very good. Very good. I don't have a single yes in there. Excellent. Very, very good. Generally, the moment people see a red candle or an opposite color candle, they count that as support equals resistance. Okay. So let's spice it up a little bit more. Is this true support equals resistance? Paul, I like how you say it's not even a cop. Okay, we got some yeses and some nos. Okay, no wick zone, some yeses, some nos. Okay, so you see there's a confusion there? Let's solve that confusion. Instantly. Okay, when the market's coming down from here, he comes all the way this far, and around this area, he starts getting problems. Do we have, and I'm going to put a line across where the problems happen, because that's the first problem that happened. Do you think this matters? It has barely any relevance. Relevance is here. That's true support equals resistance, which is why you will see support does equal resistance going forward. Okay? There needs to be a reason. Now, even though that candle looks pretty big, now if I was to just do this, for example, okay, if I was to just do this and I cover this whole thing up and I say just that much, for example, just that much, doesn't that look like from this down move, that's a pretty big, that's a 50% retracement, right? If I just do it like that, that looks like a 50% retracement. But that's where sometimes the issues happen, is like, oh man, that can't be true support equals resistance, because if you have your data, you will know it's incorrect. Now, how many of you guys have issue with data? Like, well, how do I know where to begin then? Do I count it from here, or do I count it from later on? How many of you guys have that issue? Okay? Many times I'll be seeing traders, they'll do one of two things, and I want you to know, I want you to tell me if you guys are one of these two, okay? Trader type number 1. Okay, you will tell me which type you are, 1 or 2. Trader type number 1. They wake up in the morning, they open their charts, and they're like, looks like it's going down, I'm gonna sell today. That's type number 1. Type number 2 is like, they open up any chart, whatever chart. It might be the 1 minute, it might be the 10 months chart, whatever it might be. They might be looking at this like, oh, according from the screen from this corner to this corner, it's been going down for a long, long time. It can't go down forever. I'm going to buy it. Okay, well, we got some aggressive people in here. They want to buy it in the face of the sellers, right? Yeah. And then we got people who are sitting there. Here's type number 3. There's a type number 3 too. Don't get me wrong. There's a type number 3. Type number 3 is, okay, I see this area. I want to bloody sell it. And then suddenly I realized, oh crap, it's a big downtrend. It can't go down forever. So now you're confused. What do I do? Okay, you're thinking of sell the whole time. And all it took was you went on to some forum and someone's like, I'm looking to buy this. And you're like, maybe it could be a buy. I'm not sure anymore. Right? This happens time and time and time again. Time and time and time again. Okay, so let's go into some more practices. Some more practices because this is very critical. Okay, so data. I'm going to explain something to you. Wait, how many of you guys here are on the 4-course bundle? Yeah, some of you guys are in there. Okay, I've released for you guys today the core basics course. It's gonna be in your library starting today. Gonna be in your library starting today. Okay, these are some advanced traders. They've gone through the mastering price action course already. So this is just a heads up for you guys. So enjoy it, study it as hard as you can. It's gonna get better. And if you get a chance, re-watch the mastering price action course again after that. Okay. Let's go into this right now. Let's go into another example, and I'm going to touch base on your data part. Because you guys, a lot of you guys said there's a data issue, right? I don't know how much data am I supposed to look at. Yeah? Okay. So I'm going to ask a simple question, and then I'm going to confuse you a bit, and then I'm going to give you the answer. Okay. What if I do this right here? Boom. I'm going to already confused. Okay. And I like that. I like that you're confused because I want to help you have that breakthrough, right? Okay, here we go. How many of you guys see this as a overall downtrend? Right? If I do this, how many of you guys see this as an uptrend? Right? Now, if I didn't show you the downtrend earlier, this looks like a proper uptrend. Like it's a higher high sequence. You know, it's just buyers are in control. So the question now comes is, okay, so Navin, I'm on the 4-hour chart here, right? I'm on the 4-hour chart here. I can see the 240 minutes here, or you can see the 4H, which means the 4-hour chart. I'm on the 4-hour chart. And I see it's an overall downtrend, but on that day, I saw this was an uptrend. But if I don't buy it, am I supposed to sell it? And if I have to sell it, when do I sell it? In this confusion, I never get a chance to trade. How many times does this happen to you? It's like, when the bloody hell do I trade? It looks like a buy, but it also looks like a sell. Like, what is this? Yeah, it's a mass confusion, isn't it? Hey, Craig, that's cheating. Not after the MPA. That's cheating. But for the majority, you know, this is a big issue, right? This is a big issue. It's like, what? Which way do I go? Okay. Ave, good. No, I'm glad that you're feeling that I'm talking to you here, because it's not just you. It's an issue with many people. In fact, this was my biggest problem when I started. I was like, I have the knowledge, I have the understanding. Why doesn't it work? And when it does work, it works so perfectly sometimes, but at other times it just completely is wrong. And we're like, what's going on? Right? Do you guys agree? This happens, right? When there any strategy, any technique you're doing, sometimes it gets very, very good results, almost to the pip. And then at sometimes it's completely wrong and you're sitting there scratching your head, what the hell happened? And then whoever the mentor, guru, or the person who sold you the strategy is going to be like, oh, every now and then you'll have losses. Right? Yeah, because there is no idea of what are we looking at. Okay, so let's take a look here. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, so, and that's how I made all my money. Does that make sense? Did everyone learn that? No, I'm joking. I got disconnected. Sorry. Okay, let me go back into the chart. Okay, let me open up the chart again. 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. So, when we're looking at this chart here, okay? Everyone see my screen again? Okay. All right, I'm going to take a screenshot again. Sorry about that. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, so where were we? What was the last thing that you guys heard from me? Yeah, we were going on the data, right? Making money. Okay, here we go. So the last thing we were talking about is, okay, Navin, I know I have a data confusion thing. We just discussed that. So we have this issue about, well, okay, I get it. I'm on the 4-hour chart. What do I do now? Right? So far, so good. Everyone with me? I'm on the 4-hour chart. What do I do now? Now, how much data you're supposed to look at revolves all around how you want to trade. You know, that's the major problem with all traders these days, okay? I'm going to give you one simple thing. All of you guys, you don't need to type this in. I want you to just think about what I'm about to ask you right now. Why do you trade? What do you want from trading? Okay, everyone still hear me? Yeah? Yes. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Now, you'll see in your mind, you might say freedom, income, this and that. Now, if you know why you want to trade, freedom does not mean you have to sit in front of your screen for longer than you're already sitting at your desk at your job. Correct? That's not freedom. That's just going the opposite direction. Okay, let's get into it a little bit more deeper. We need to really understand why we're doing this. If you do not know why you're doing this, what's the point of chasing it? You have to understand why you're doing this. So first thing first, if you're on the 4-hour chart and you're looking at this overall flow, right? Overall flow. Everyone with me so far? Overall flow. How long did it take to make this overall flow? Look at the dates here. This is the 6th, this is the 8th, this is the 13th, and then right here is the 27th. So it's probably the 5th here, maybe, or the 4th, probably. Okay. From the 5th, this thing started to pull downwards, and then after pulling back, before it resumed its momentum, it took a month. Now ask yourself, do I want to trade? If I'm opening my charts today and I want to trade today, does it matter if I am looking for a monthly trend like that? Does it really matter? Do I really need that much data? Okay, so let's start to cut this down based on your preference as a trader. So, how about that much data? Okay, how often do you want to trade? Okay, let's go further. How about that much data? How about that much data right there? How big is that? That's still a week. That is still a week. Okay, so what you want to do is not just constantly switch time frames. You want to look at how much data you're looking at in relevance to what's the time frame of the chart. This helps you understand of what you're trying to do and when. Not how, but when. Right? If you want to trade today, doesn't matter what happened 2 years ago. Who the bloody F cares, right? It's not relevant right now. Unless it's a very major support, which everyone thinks every day is a major support. It's not, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's get into it even a little bit deeper. Okay, so far, everything making sense? We're going to go in even deeper how to get closer to the answer. Yeah? Okay, here we go. Now, you want to trade as close as you want to today, for example. Okay, let's say your job is to trade today. And you're looking at this area and you're like, okay, I want to trade today. What's your trend for today? I don't care what the overall trend says. That's not your job. Your job is, I want to trade today. For you, your trend is down. Okay? If your trend is down, you want to do only one simple thing. Wherever you're seeing this in terms of your relationship to the time, you're going to now say, this is my big boy. Okay? I'm going to explain what that means. Okay? This is my big boy. What does that mean? This means this is what you're going to refer to as your higher time frame, or what we call the universe above. Yeah, your godfather. Okay? You're not worried about who's his godfather. You're not worried about, okay, well, what does a daily say? What does a weekly say? What does a monthly say? What does the yearly say? And what does Donald Trump say? You don't care about that. You care about, what does your big boy say? Your immediate command above you. So far, so good? Perfect. Now, once we got that area down, notice, would we consider this as true support equals resistance? No. Now let me ask you a question, just as a simple logic question. What do you think might happen if I go down to the 1 hour or the 15 minutes? For them, would this be true support equals resistance? Oh yeah, absolutely. Right? Okay, just keep that in mind. Keep that floating around in your mind, that what is not true support and resistance to the big boy can still be true support and resistance to the smaller boy. Now, this candle right here, how big is this candle? How long did it take to make this candle? 4 hours, right? It's a 4-hour chart. It took 4 hours to make that candle. What do we see here? A simple red bar, right? But if we go down to the 5 minutes or the 15 minutes, will we not see something like this? Right? Now, for the person who wants to trade instantly, for him, these are all true support equals resistance, correct? But do you see the big boy on the 4-hour drawing all those lines? You know, suddenly looking like, I don't know what the hell am I looking at anymore. It's just lines everywhere. No, he's not doing that because to him, it's not logical. So the question comes back to is the lines that you draw, who is looking at them? Who is looking at those lines? That is what's critical. If the big boy is looking at that line, it's going to make an effect to your trades on the lower time frame. But if they're not looking at that line, you play your business the way you need to. You're okay. Okay? Now, we're not concerned about the daily, because to the daily, this thing right here, let me remove all these drawings. Now, on the 4 hours, would we say this is true support equals resistance right there? Yeah, would we say this might be some true support equals resistance? Yeah. In this whole thing, if I switch the chart to daily, it'll just look like it's a nice smooth down move. For the daily, none of this crap matters. Make sense? Okay, so there's a big logic behind who's watching these lines. Okay? There's a big logic behind that. And now you need to master this idea of, okay, I don't care about all of this stuff anymore because obviously that's important, but not to me. Because I'm not trying to trade 5 years from now. I'm trying to trade today or tomorrow. Okay? Yeah, it's the past, but it is relevant to people who are looking at a pullback that might come up to here and then sell again in the future. But that's like months down the line. Okay? And we don't have that kind of time to wait, right? So moving forward, let's take a look at this now on a lower time frame. So far so good. This is a downtrend for us as the big boy, yes? Perfect. Let's move on. Let's move on. We're gonna go into a smaller time frame. Let me mark this area. Boom, right here, and we're stopping somewhere here, let's say. Okay, let's mark that area. Let's go into the 1 hour. This is 3. It's divided by 4 basically. We're just going down to the 1 hour. Okay. Let's take a screenshot here. Okay. Ready? Now, if I say this area, is that true support equals resistance? No. But then if I see from this cell, would you think that would be true support equals resistance? Yeah. Because your big boy is watching this too. Remember, the 4-hour guy can see that. The 4-hour guy cannot see this, but that's okay. You can see it, and you can trade this if you get an opportunity. But for you, you know that this has an important level. This has an important level. Now, as this pullback starts to come in, this one here, as this pullback starts to come in, okay, ready? Okay, I'm gonna go into it very thoroughly. Do you guys remember that rubber band man that I showed you guys? I hope you haven't forgot it, because that's the reason why I explained it, to show you at this moment. Here we go. I'm gonna go down to one more time frame, knowing that this is our line. We are not drawing anymore. If we keep drawing lines on a different time frame, we're gonna get lost. We know the direction is down. We don't care about anything else. That's our line. We're gonna go down to the 15 minutes now, and we're gonna watch for this area. Okay, so this is on March 1st. March 1st. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. March 1st. Here we are. Okay. Everyone see this right now? I'm going to take a screenshot. There we go. Screenshot coming up right about now. Okay, here we go. I'm going to draw a circle. Let me know when you see the circle. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so in this whole area where there was a halt, and then suddenly, you know, whether even if you look at this as a downtrend, suddenly would you say there's a buyer coming up, right? That's good. We want that buyer to come up. We want these smaller boys to trade in the wrong direction. So people like you as the bigger boy know the flow. We don't care about the daily, weekly flow. You just need to care about your flow from the time frame you want to trade based on what you desire. Make sense? Now, here comes the buyer, and he's resting. Here comes the buyer. He barely makes it a higher high. He's resting. Oh, what happened to my buyer? He's dead. Okay, he's dead. He's back down to the same area again. Would you say this is a good support equals resistance? Extend that out. You are preparing for any pullbacks for sells. You're preparing for any pullbacks for sells. Should I call 911? Does that make sense? This is the way you wanna understand of how do I need to get in, when do I need to get in, and how much data do I need to use. Now, if you look at it based on the 15-minute, look how much data you're using here on the 15-minute. But now you know why you're using that much data. Correct? But on the higher time frame, don't look at that much data. Then you're involving stuff that you don't even want to be involved with. Does that make sense? So how many of you guys today had a breakthrough here today? Had some of your aha moments? Good. All right. So if you guys want to learn more about this stuff, you guys can pick up the Mastering Price Action course. I think Armo will get the link up there. For those of you who already have it, congratulations. How many of you guys have actually finished the course? Okay. Good, good, good. How is trading so far? I think Armo, you opened the link for me as well. Sorry about that. 1 second. Oh, you got 3 more weeks to go. 5 more weeks to go. 1 week left. Okay, 1 more session halfway. Okay, good, 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 good. Good. Okay, let's ask a simple question. Okay, since you guys are live students and there's other students who might be interested, do you guys like it? Do you guys like it? Right? Is it helpful? Okay? And for those of you who do not have it, you know, take their word. Don't take my word. Don't take a word, a little testimonial that's text written. Take it from live individuals. They'll tell you. They'll tell you. Okay? And I want all of you guys to perform. If you guys can see from based on this webinar, if you guys are performing, then the Mastering Price Action course is the way to go. This was a $6,000 course that I initially prepared for some of my one-on-one students. These are some of the elite students that I was training back in the day. And then I figured I want to reach out to more people as possible, so I reduced the price, and for right now we've kept the price at $197. Okay? It's like less than $200. It's less than $200. So we will be looking to raise the price very, very soon. You know, there is a lot to learn in the Forex industry. It's very difficult. There's a lot of nonsense out there as well. But we cut it out. We cut it out. And you guys can probably see from today's webinar, we cut out all the crap. We don't waste time talking about stories and this and that. Oh, let me tell you what I did yesterday. No. You're in a webinar. You took time off to attend a webinar. Let's get straight to it. Stop talking nonsense, people. Does that make sense? You'll see a bunch of webinars. I used to be that kid who used to attend webinars like, oh, please stop talking. Let's get with the program. I used to hate it. I was like, I just want to learn, man. Like, come on. Cool. So that's all the time we have today. I want to take a moment to actually thank you all for attending this webinar. I know it's difficult for many of you guys to take time off of work and actually be here. I am currently in Hong Kong. Yeah, let me turn on the camera again here. One moment here. Here we go. Oh, I don't know if I can turn on the webcam. Let me try it. Give me a second here. There we go. Okay. So, I'm currently in Hong Kong right now. I will be back in Bangkok on Thursday. On Thursday, we'll be back in Bangkok. So, if you guys are in Bangkok or in Hong Kong, get in touch with me. We were in Bali last week. Unfortunately, no one was there and no one contacted us. So, yeah, Indonesia is back on the list. Singapore next month. Next month we'll be in Singapore. Bali, it was very, very nice. Very nice people, wonderful people. Cyprus, I lived in Limassol for a while. It was a very beautiful place. I might visit Cyprus again soon. London is on the list. So we're going to start making tours soon. Where we're going to be actually doing seminars in person as well. The US, yes, I do come to the US at least once a year. My family lives there. Malaysia, no plans yet for Malaysia. I have to look into that one. Netherlands, nothing yet. In fact, John, our teammate is from Netherlands. Arman is from Netherlands, so we got a team from the Netherlands as well. But all in all, I hope today was very, very useful to you guys, and it was very, very important because this is a very important topic. It's so simple, but yet it's so difficult for many people, right? Now you can see it's not that you don't understand. And I want you to get that. It's not that you don't understand. You just need someone to point you in the right direction. Do you guys agree or no? This is not something like, oh, everyone's dumb, they can't learn trading. No, absolutely not. You can learn trading. You just need to be pointed in the right direction. That's all it is. Okay? I'm not, putting out a billion indicators or anything. Yeah, it's just overwhelming because people make it overwhelming. Okay? So, I hope this was a good day and you guys had some breakthroughs. And until next time, we meet every 2 weeks. I will see you guys in exactly 2 weeks. If you guys have picked up the course, I will see you in the course. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you, and I love you guys too. Cheers. Bye for now.